The National Coordinator of the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, Emmanuel Nwobiko, has lamented plans by the federal government to take another $30 billion loan from a foreign borrowing institution. Nwobiko stated this in Abuja on Tuesday when he lamented that the dangers for any country that is not producing but has the penchant for taking loans will mean its citizens will be in perpetual bondage. Nwobiko, who spoke to some journalists as part of activities to mark the World Human Rights Day, said while experts have put the nation's debt profile at over $70 billion, the federal government has failed to come out with a true figure. Clever TV's Francis Etuku has the story.
HURRIWA says it is regrettable that the Nigerian government is deeply involved in what it terms procurement corruption, which its national coordinator, Emmanuel Nwobiko, says is more or less institutionalized in the Nigerian system. According to Nwobiko, while Nigeria is said to be owing over $30 billion in debt, some specialists have said the country's debt profile is hovering at over $70 billion.
Opposed to the plan by the federal government to collect a whopping $30 billion loan from God knows where. Previously, Nigeria was heavily indebted. Nigeria was a heavily indebted nation. During the Obasanjo administration, we all saw how that government negotiated using the expertise of some of our cabinet level members, like the former Minister of Finance and Economic. I think she was the chairman of the National Economic Management Team, Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala. She did a very patriotic work to have taken Nigeria away from the cycle of notorious, heavily indebted nations by paying off, instead of Nigeria paying a chunk of what we have, $30 billion that we're owing to Paris, just to Paris and the London Club, you know, they were able to negotiate it down to a very minimal level that they paid off, I think about $13 or $15 billion, and we exited. And everybody, we're all happy with government that at least we can begin to enjoy our sovereignty as an independent nation. The danger is a country owing so much, especially a country that is not producing. China can afford to borrow, America can afford to borrow because America is a productive economy. America is manufacturing. The manufacturing sector in America is almost like 100% at an optimal level.
According to Nwobiko, the worst kind of human rights abuse that Nigerians are suffering is the failure of the policing system, a situation that has seen HURRIWA call for the immediate creation of state police.
You know, we have a lot of cases that we've got a lot of complaints of people saying that SARS abducted them and robbed them. Some of these cases have been reported by the media. Most of these cases are already in the media space. So, first, Nigeria does not have effective and efficient policing institutions. So we are calling for a comprehensive reform of the Nigerian police force. We support the call for the creation of state police. The National Assembly, the 8th session of the National Assembly, did a groundbreaking recommendation for a constitutional amendment to bring into being the state policing institution to operate alongside a federal policing mechanism. But that recommendation was not approved because I think the last government did not sign most of those things into law. And when this government came into power, this government ought to sign those things into law. The government did not do that. They started giving excuses about why we should not have state police. State police they're quite important. And nobody should tell Nigerians that Nigeria is not ripe for state police. Nigeria is very ripe for even local police.
The parley with newsmen gave the platform to speak about other national pressing issues, including the call for the restructuring of Nigeria and the release of the convener of Revolution Now, Omoyole Sowore. Francis Etuku reporting for Clearview Television.